Nice name.
Respect.
All right, so let's move. Thank you so much for all the comments. Let's move on to NHL. We got 3 games on the card tonight, and let's see. Yesterday, how did things go in the NHL? Jim the Bag, you went 1-3 minus 2.5 units. I went 2-4 minus 2 units. That is not good.
Not good.
What were the? I can't remember what our losses were, but we're going to quote the overall season records. Jim, is this okay if I quote this?
Please do.
All right, my record overall is still fine, 41-37. Average line of plus 103, though. That's plus 5.2 units, plus 6.1% ROI. If I can sustain that, that will be fine, but cutting it a little bit close, up 5.2 units. 2 or 3 days of negative units, and that will be all erased. Jim's record overall, 46-51. Average line of plus 103, minus 3.9 units, minus 3.6% ROI. Not good, but easily could be made up with a winning day or two, Jim.
Very fixable, and I was in worse shape.
Yeah.
A week and a half ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
So not a problem.
And I feel bad because I feel like the under on that friggin' NHL game yesterday was a pick you wouldn't have made if I hadn't pushed the issue. I was just talking about it for content for the video. I didn't mean to pressure you into a pick you didn't want.
I never feel like you are pressuring me, and never ever worry about that for a second.
I apologize for that.
Please don't.
For anyone who didn't catch the show yesterday, Jim said he wasn't going to take any more NHL unders with minus 130 or greater. And I said, well, actually, minus 128 exists at betonlinesportsbetting.ag. And Jim was like, oh. And I made a good. Did you catch my analogy yesterday? It's like when people say, like, oh, I would only suck a dick for $1 million. And then you're like, well, how about $999,000? So you do it for $1 million, but not $999,000. And it is a good point because here it is. It's like the point is you're not going to take anything minus 130 or greater, but how about minus 128? I mean, the concept still applies. You know what I mean?
The concept still applies, but also some people just love to suck dick.
Yeah, no, I know, but so I don't know, Jim. I don't know if it was a good bet or a bad bet at under 5.5. You did have a winner with the Kings on the money line, and I had the -1, which was a push. And I guess what happened with the Islanders? A low-scoring game. They couldn't score at all, and they didn't win. Edmonton came in, and I guess just shut them down, right?
They won in overtime. I was doing my wrap-up show, so I didn't get to watch it live, but I really thought I'm going to take the Islanders every single time a Western Conference team comes in there all year long.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we got 3 games today, and there is one game that I think I'm liking a lot. I'm a little bit, questioning my instincts here just because of yesterday, but I think I'm liking it a lot. And the other reason I'm questioning it is because it has gotten bet down from the opener, which confuses me a little bit. Feels like almost low-hanging fruitish, and that is the Rangers, right? Boston against the Rangers. Now, Boston, of course, we know has a bunch of injuries. They did wind up beating Minnesota despite that in their last game, but their leading scorer is supposed to be out again here. The Rangers, of course, playing very well, and the Rangers are just a very modest home favorite. I bet the Rangers at -1 on the overnight line, and it has since moved against me. I think I got it in the -130s, like 136 or something. It's now down to a 128 or 127. Why would the line be moving in Boston's favor here?
Because of Jake DeBrusk and Frank Vetrano and Sean Kurlai and Tim Schaller, these guys they excelled in the AHL, and they're playing well in the NHL. And something that's always gone against me in the NHL is that when these teams have injuries, I hammer them. I fade them.
No, because the youngsters who are coming in a lot of times are great.
And it gets me. It just keeps getting me. And again, I look at this game and I say not just Rangers -1, I say take the Rangers puck line. They've won 5 straight. They just came back from 2-0 down against the Jackets. Their power play is 6 for 13 over their past 4 games. So Shattenkirk is finally doing something because that's what he does. He is a great quarterback on the power play. Marchand is not traveling with the team. So now there's Krejci, Spooner, Backes, McQuaid are all out of the lineup. It's very impressive what the Bruins are doing. How long can it possibly last?
I mean, I think that you definitely, whenever guys go out, I mean, this is also the case in college football. It's actually very analogous to college football because obviously when big guys go down for the elite teams like Alabama, it usually doesn't matter. When it seems like MAC teams and stuff like that, sometimes it matters and sometimes it doesn't. The key is because sometimes they do have depth to replace them, sometimes they don't. The key is who are these guys who are coming in to replace them? And Jim, I know you do a lot of research. Did you research who these guys are who are replacing them?
I had to because like Sean Kurlai, I didn't know who he was. Tim Schaller, I didn't know who he was. Now, I know Jake DeBrusk. I know Frank Vetrano, but I had to research them because I don't know who they are. Yeah. And the Bruins are speaking so highly of these kids. These kids want a chance. And and I've been wrong on the Bruins all year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, for instance, in the college football game tonight with Western Michigan, they lost their senior starting quarterback, which is a big deal. But the guy who's replacing him is a guy who has some upside. He's one of these youngsters who has a lot of upside. But sometimes guys like that go down, and the guys who are replacing him are just like whoever we got, And it's the same deal with hockey, I feel,
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. But something does change in the dressing room. These kids want this opportunity so badly. Now, I'm not going to let that get in my way.
Right.
I'm going to take the Rangers on the puck line here. I think that is the play. I think I'm getting a nice number. I know the number has gotten worse.
Since when? Since the overnight line?
Yeah, since
on
the
the Rangers?
Morning. Yeah.
No, it's gotten better. That's what I'm saying. I bet it on the overnight line. I took it in the mind. Well, I don't know about since the morning, but since the overnight line, money's been coming in on Boston.
Wow, well, that's great. I like this spot very much.
Yeah, the best line right now is in fact where? Intertops.eu, -1.5, plus 225. Actually, Pinnacle also has a plus 225. But those are the two best lines right now, market wide on the puck line. Rangers -1.5, plus 225 at Pinnacle, and Intertops.eu, one of the best sports betting websites out there. Friend of the show, sponsor of the show. Thanks so much to Intertops.eu for providing us with the best line on the Rangers puck line here. Jim likes the Rangers -1.5, plus 225, Jim.
Yeah, I think that's a great number.
All right. I will, I'm nervous about Boston here, and I was thinking about the over as well. What do you think about the over?
Well, some people like the over. Already,
Yeah.
Skooma Steve says 4-2 Rangers. Nate, my man Nate Dogg, who we love on this show as well, says Boston versus Rangers over 5.5.
Yes. That's what I was thinking, and I will definitely throw that one on there. Over 5.5. Best line right now is -115 at a bunch of places. Bookmaker, BetDSI. So over 5.5, -115. Boston and the Rangers. And yeah, I want to take the friggin' Boston puck line as well. I take -1s, but I'm just a little bit nervous that this Boston team now has some juice and some mojo to them. But the thing is, the Rangers do too.
Well, these kids. The toughest thing for these kids to do is win face-offs in the NHL against these 30-year-old men. And so the Bruins are playing with only Bergeron. They've lost 3 centermen. I don't see how they could keep this going. But before we move further, we do need to give a shout out to Peggy Huggins.
Okay.
Peggy Huggins, it's her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Peggy Huggins.
And she wants our gift to be some good hockey picks.
Well, we wish you a happy birthday, and Peggy Huggins, we hope that somehow today you do find some good hockey picks. We're not going to be able to provide those for you, but good luck, and no, kidding around. We can provide them for you. I think, okay. Happy birthday, Peggy Huggins. Thanks for being a viewer of the show and for asking for a birthday present. All right, let's do our best here, Jim. I think that the over is a pretty good bet. You know what I mean? I might be wrong, but I'm on that one officially. And I will take the Rangers puck line -1. And the money line part of that one, the best line would be -128 at Pinnacle, Bookmaker, and a few other places. And the puck line part of that one, again, plus 225 at Intertop. So I'm on the Rangers -1 and the over 5.5, -115. Jim's on the puck line plus 225. And Peggy Huggins, we hope that those are good enough to make you happy on this very special day. Your birthday, your special day, Peggy Huggins. All right, should we move on?
We can, but there is some talk on the under. Tony Tarasi likes Bruins 2-1. And my man Aspire to a Late Minnesota Matt has the Rangers as well. And also Josh Burris is dropping some ill lyrics.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, you guys are the truth in the booth with the proof like Ruth.
Oh, shit.
The truth in the booth with the low-hanging fruit.
Oh, shit. Very nice. What's that guy's name?
Josh Burris.
Josh Burris. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. The truth in the booth. The truth's in the booths. Wow. Very nice. I like that one.
Oh, yeah, and that's Alonzo's mom is Peggy.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Wow, what a great bunch of commenters that we have for this show now. I wish I had a freaking tablet so I could look at them too, although it's working very well with you communicating them to me, Jim. All right, so awesome lyrics. And Alonzo Shivers, shout out to Alonzo Shivers, and shout out to Alonzo Shivers' mom. Happy birthday. All right, sounds great. This is a great show. You're making me happy. I'm hoping that we can provide some winners after the debacle from yesterday. But Jim and I are both going to take the Rangers. Yeah, look, if I'm hoping that one of those cashes. If the under cashes, if the under loses, but the Rangers cash, I'll be okay. If Boston wins 2-1 or 3-1, hey, I'll eat another couple of negative units there. But I kind of like the over, and I kind of like the Rangers anyway, despite Boston's life. All right, let's move on, Jim. Minnesota and Toronto, a very interesting game. Obviously, Minnesota, took some money in their last game against Boston and didn't win. Toronto, we thought they were going to get a win in their last game, and they did, but a little bit closer than we were expecting, right? They needed overtime to beat Vegas, and that's not a good sign. I came away with a push on that one because I took Toronto -1, but Jim, you had to eat a loss because you had them on the puck line. What's up with Toronto? They should be better than what they've been showing, right?
Well, I think Austin Matthews is an issue, a game-time decision today. Babcock said he was not as dominant as he usually is. But this is a situation where I am going to bet on the Minnesota Wild.
Really?
Yes,
wow.
I am. Bruce Boudreau called out the Wild after the 5-3 loss to the Bruins. He said the first two periods of the Bruins game was the most embarrassing periods he's ever been involved in. Bruce Boudreau, who's was an AHL coach for 20 years before he came to the NHL, maybe 25, 30 years. He's been a coach for a long, long time. The most embarrassing 2 periods he has ever been involved with. He is not going to allow that to happen. Devin Dubnyk has not looked good. And you mentioned that. You mentioned he was very questionable. And he was replaced by Alex Stalock in the third. Alex Stalock will be in goal tonight. Boudreau has called everybody out. I'm taking the Wild.
All right, the current best line right now at a bunch of places, +118. Bet online, sportsbetting.ag, Pinnacle, a bunch of places have +118. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of Toronto right now. They should be better. The total is also interesting. I was thinking maybe this will be a little bit of a lower energy game from Toronto. I was thinking, and again, yes, with Dubnyk out and the other guy in, that makes me think that maybe the under might be worth a play at 6. What do you think, Jim?
I would lean towards the under for sure. It's tough to do that against this Leafs team. It's so tough.
Yeah, it is.
But the Wild are going to play much tighter defensively, much stronger. I guess they were dominating the first 10 minutes of that Bruins game, and I was watching it at Chubb's, but didn't have the volume on, and it was hard to. It was clear that the Bruins were getting no shots in the first 10 minutes, but then all of a sudden the Wild just took their foot off the gas, and the Bruins started dominating with nobodies. And so I think the Wild will play much tighter. I'm only going to take the money line because I'm very concerned with this Leafs team. They score goals and they allow a lot of goals.
So you don't like it. I would be leaning under, and I'm going to hold off on that one. That is definitely a lean that I'm going to throw onto my official tracking of my leans that I do track just for my own purposes. Jim's going to take Minnesota on the money line +118. All right, now the next game, Tampa Bay and San Jose, another interesting one. Another one where I was leaning under, although there was a 6 at Heritage on the overnight line, and now that is not available. It's 5.5 market wide. But San Jose obviously playing great defensively. Jones in the goal. We've been talking about him all year long, and I've been asking you all year long, is he for real? And you've pretty much been saying yes, he's for real. Now I would be leaning the under here as well. Tampa Bay goes into San Jose. San Jose's been winning and cashing and cashing with the unders as well. I think 6 unders in a row. I think we'll see a 7th under here, Jim. What do you think?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And when I woke up this morning, I'd like to see the money line right now. When I woke up this morning, I know that it's changed because the Tampa Bay was a dog. They were in plus
now
money.
They're not that much. Although best line would be -105 at the Greek for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think my lean for sure is the under, and I want to take it and don't know if I will pull the trigger, but let's talk about it some more. The Sharks have won 4 straight, 3-0-0 in their current 3-game winning streak. As you said, Martin Jones has allowed 7 goals in his last 6 starts, 2nd in the league with a 1.98 goals against average, 5th in the league with a .930 save percentage. And the Lightning have their own young goalie, not as young as, or younger than Martin Jones. 22-year-old Andrei Vasilevsky will be starting in goal. He's playing great. And the Lightning are now 2-1-1 in their last 4. So, that 9-1-1 opening is far away. But I'm leaning towards San Jose, and I'm leaning towards the under. Let's see what people have to say about that.
Yeah, let's see what people have to say about that one. I would, if it was at 6 at -118, which it was at Pinnacle on the overnight line, I would definitely be giving it. Right now, if we want to give the under, the best line we can give is 5.5 +102 at Bet Online and Pinnacle, and a few other places. Have 5.5 +100, but 5.5 +102 would be the best line on the under. As far as the side's concerned, it's definitely going to be a pass for me.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.